Good afternoon, Hebrew Israelites, once known as African Americans, Christian Gentiles, and the rest of humanity. Like and subscribe. Now let's get right into it. Love is non-emotional intelligence. Love is non-emotional intelligence that over time turns into a labor of love. In time, it turns into a labor of love, which brings about satisfaction as you climb every step of the hill to get closer to your goal, which is to say, the ends and the means are the same. Which is to say, the road you travel to accomplish your goal is your goal. The road you travel to accomplish your goal is your goal. Traveling that road should be a labor of love. This is to say, the ends and the means are the same. The ends and the means are the same. Let me ask you a question. Do you fall in love at first sight? Now, let's not confuse love with a physical attraction. A physical attraction is based on feelings, which can become emotional if it is not grounded in intelligence. If your emotions are not grounded in intelligence, you are going to make a mistake, because intelligence controls your emotions, or it should do so. When we talk about a relationship, it should be based on the utility of each individual. By utility, I mean what they bring to the table. A man is supposed to provide and protect. A woman is supposed to be a helpmate to a man. Therefore, she should be submissive. But let's not confuse being submissive to slavery, because slavery is not quid pro quo. Slavery is not something for something. Slavery is giving all for nothing. You are not provided for and you are not protected in a situation of slavery in comparison to submission. You submit for a reason, and that reason should be because the man brings utility to your life, and that utility is what? Provide and protect. That is his utility. What I am saying is, a woman should love a man for what he brings to the table. A man should love a woman for what she brings to the table. And what should she bring to the table? She should bring respect. And she should add to what they are doing. She should cook and clean while he does the heavy lifting. It is the way nature has made it. This has caused, this is why humanity has gotten where it has gotten. The road to the goal is also a part of the goal. I hear people talking about I divorced because I wasn't happy. You're not supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be satisfied. You are supposed to be satisfied. No one is happy all the time because there will be ups and downs. So no one is going to be satisfied up all the time. Marriage is not a trip to Disneyland. You are not in Gaga land. Marriage is reality. Love is a labor. It is work. But for every bit of work you do, there should be a reward that brings you satisfaction. Satisfaction. Satisfaction is everything. Let me read something that will pretty much summarize what I want to say. Value in use is utility. Value in use is utility. This is why sexy women fail to understand why they can't keep a man. Their utility is sexual only. As a housewife, they are of no utility if they can't service the home. Getting hair and nails done, shopping to be cute, is of no utility to a man who wants a family and legacy, or to a woman who wants a family and legacy. Sex is not a reason for marriage. It is a reason for a side chick if and when one has the time, and this is providing she does not require too much of his time. That is not her purpose. Men who do not realize this run the risk of losing half of what they own and ruining their legacy. And most of all, a side chick with children only complicates the situation. You see, now let's get back to emotional intelligence. Once again, a man who risks his family, his legacy, for a woman who only provides sex is a fool. And his relationship and his legacy are doomed to failure, or at least run the risk of failure. Now, when it comes to relationship, there are two words that you need to bear in mind: choice and option. What is a choice? A choice is a choosing or selecting or picking the best. A choice is the ability to pick the best. For a man to be his best, he must be a provider and a protector. The better he is able to provide and protect, the more of a better choice he is. A woman who volunteers to be a man's helpmate and will be submissive and respectful to her husband because he is going to provide and protect is a good choice. See, a choice is always the highest you can go. Now, what is an option? An option is what you are stuck with. An option is what you are stuck with when you can't get the best. Then then your choice is reduced to an option. And that's what a lot of people fail to understand. And this is what Kevin Samuels meant when he talked about high value. High value is a choice. The lower the value, it becomes an option. But you always want your best option. Smart money says, get your best option as soon as you can. If not, someone else will get it, and then your options will decline. And the older a woman gets, her options decline. A man on the other side, the more money he makes, the better he can provide and protect, then of course his options go up. The mistake that women make oftentimes is what I call looking for a utility infielder. A utility infielder. Now, I've explained what utility is, the quality of being of practical use. Now, a utility infielder is when a woman, instead of being satisfied with the man that is in front of her, she's always looking for a utility infielder, someone she thinks will be better than the person that she has. And there is really no way you can measure that, because the simple fact of the matter is, it is the man who decides the relationship and is the woman who controls sex. Men control relationships, women control sex. So if this utility infielder does not want a relationship with you, you lose, because you do not control the relationship. You can give him sex, but he has to give you the relationship. And there's an old saying, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Do you agree? I'm going to end by saying this, but this is more directed toward the woman, because a man controls relationships. And when a man asks a woman to be his wife, his commitment is whole. He knows that he is to protect and provide, and he is committed to that. A woman, on the other hand, she can have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But you have to remember this, ladies. Marriage is a labor of love. It is not about happiness. It is about satisfaction. You can be happy one day and sad the next. Sad one day, happy the next. Melancholy, sad, mad. Feelings go. Feelings go. You can feel one way this way, another way another day, but satisfaction stays. You can always look at what you've accomplished and get a feeling of satisfaction. Don't go for the happiness. Go for the satisfaction. Because at the end of the day, when you look back and you have that man laying there next to you, you have your grandkids a phone call away, and you are not alone, and there are people who care for you, that satisfaction is actually happiness. But you have to look with your mind and be proud of the work and the effort that you put into to accomplish your family. And understand this: families are what societies are made of. Societies are the macrocosms of the microcosms, the family. I hope that you all find satisfaction in your relationships, and that you understand that love is non-emotional intelligence. And when you pick a mate, you should pick a mate based on utility. And when a man asks you to marry him, if he is of utility, then you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You can't lose. Hey, you just have to prepare yourself for a life of satisfaction that at the end of the day will lead to happiness. With that, God bless you all, and have a great day. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.